My name is Kathleen Benjamin, and I'm a licensed practitioner with Centers for Spiritual Living. Here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we're actively co-creating a world that evolves through the power of service, prayer, and play, a world that works for everyone. We celebrate all paths that lead to the recognition of the divine. We honor shamanism as a path of the inward journey and soul travel. We honor Hinduism as a path recognizing the divine in each person. We honor Judaism as a path of law. We honor Taoism as a path recognizing perfect order and balance of the universe. We honor Buddhism as a path of compassion and peace. We honor Christianity as a path of love and forgiveness. We honor Islam as a path of constant prayer. We honor Baha'i as a path recognizing the one in all religions. We honor New Thought as a path of healing and the power of the mind. And we honor you and what brought you here today.
Welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Kristen Kephart, and I'm the Spiritual Director and Senior Minister here. Currently, we are 100% virtual, which means all of our offerings are online. So whether you've been with us for 45 years or today is your first time, please check out our website. Our website has the most up-to-date information of all the going-ons here. The other thing you can do on the website is sign up for our newsletter. Every Thursday, you will then receive, once you sign up, you'll receive straight into your email everything that's going on. So there's multiple ways to stay connected. Talking about staying connected, I just want to let everybody know a few announcements. Our town hall meeting was rescheduled, and it is rescheduled for Sunday, May 23rd at 11:30 a.m. We're about an hour of your time. We're going to give you an update about reopening and how we're going to be going about that, and anything that is new with our center, business-wise. We want to let you continue to be in the know of that. So please plan on joining us. Also, my office hours have changed. This whole time of COVID, basically have been not having office hours where I am meeting with people. That is changing. So please, if you want to have an appointment with me, a face-to-face, please contact me, and I would love to set that up. We have today Community Connection Chat with Kathleen Benjamin. It's 11:30 on Zoom right after service. This whole month we're talking about the Holy, Holy Uprising. The Holy, Holy Uprising within you, if you choose to bring that forth. And today's conversation is going to be about what are you awakening to, or what are you awakening from? So to join us, it's a great time to connect, to share, to listen, and just be together in community. If you are wondering how to give to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, we are a 501(c) and there are multiple ways. So here is a slide. You can send checks to our P.O. Box. We have a text to give program, super easy to use. And lastly, PayPal. So we look forward to receiving your donations, and we say ahead of time, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your donations allow us to continue our ministry here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. So here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, I want you to know that you are honored and that you are loved. And I don't want to forget to thank Spirit in such gratitude, to thank Spirit for this beautiful day. Whether it's daytime, whether it's nighttime where you are, whether it's snowing or sun or sleet, whatever it is, take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God, for the beauty in this day. And I allow this beauty of this day to settle in to the inside of who I am, and I let it illuminate that beauty from within to shine outward. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. Please join me in singing our congregational song, opening up in Sweet Surrender with Jennifer Russell and Michael Gale. Stand up, sing, dance around, dance like no one's watching. Take it away.
Good morning, Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. We are delighted to be with you today. We're coming live from our studio. Let's begin by opening up our heart in sweet surrender. Get up and dance with us. Sing along. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of God. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. Oh, come within your heart with me in this open heart, this beautiful kingdom, queendom of heaven right here within us. I am so grateful to recognize the I am that I am. And now let's open up our hearts to each other. I am so grateful that you are on the planet with me. Namaste.
Grand Rising. God morning. Welcome to the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living, where you are seen, honored, and loved. Our theme of the month is Holy, Holy Uprising. Our talk title is This Adventure Called Life. Now is time for our affirmations. You will find this affirmation inspiring and powerful. With unshakable confidence, I participate fully and freely in the adventure of life. Again, with unshakable confidence, I participate fully and freely in the adventure of life. Yes. So join me as we turn our gaze inward. Yes. As we turn inward and focus our gaze, we do so in gratitude. Gratitude for this technology, gratitude for this moment, gratitude for this opportunity, an opportunity to be aware of the presence of God, to be aware of the beauty of this day, to be aware of the gift that is this moment. Yes, and what a celebration it is. I'm so grateful to know the very presence of God that is my life, that is sourced by the infinite power and presence, that I am presence, that God presence, that Krishna presence, that Buddha presence, that Jesus presence, that Yahweh presence, that Muhammad presence, that presence that is called Paramahansa Yogananda, that presence that is called Krishna, that presence that is called Mother Mary, that presence that is called Father Sky, that presence that is called Divine Mother, that presence that is called the beloved I am. By whatever name we call it, we know that it speaks to us in ways that we can understand, and that there is only one presence, and that is the source of my life. And I know that this is true for you, that God is the source of your life. Whatever you call God, whatever you call creation, whatever you called higher power, we are one with it. And so I lean into this unified field of oneness, knowing that all is well, that God is on the field, that God is having its way with my life and with your life, that there is one life, that life is God, life is perfect, and that life is our lives now. Yes. So it is from this place of oneness, this place of love, this place of infinite good, this place of joy and unfolding beauty and divine creativity and power that we begin. We start in unity. We start by partnering up with that higher holy presence, that divine I am presence that we are. That's our starting place. And so we begin there. And we know that we are all one. And that this presence is expressing itself as this moment. And it is made of, out of, and works as only itself. Woo! So knowing that God, this presence that is divine, is the only thing that's happening now, we allow that to be the truth of our knowing, that anything unlike this or anything that may appear to be disconnect in the way, it simply disintegrates and falls away, so that the truth remains the only experience that we're having. So in this moment of this holy, holy uprising, we say yes to this adventure of life, because the adventure of life is all God. It's all good. It's all beauty. It's all vitality. It's all power. It's all peace. It is the only thing that's happening. Yes, God. And so we know that on this adventure, we are divinely led and guided by the infinite presence of God that is this day that we're participating in. Yes. Oh, and so I just say yes to this service that is unfolding in perfection. I say yes to Reverend Kristen's yes as she comes forward with this message today. I know that we are changed and informed by this message of goodness of God, knowing that she is the divine right vehicle for this message today. And I bless Reverend Kristen's life as we welcome her back, as we welcome her re-arrival. Yay. And as we say yes to the harmonizing good of the universe, that is also the message of today that comes to us through this message. So I know that this service is a blessing, and that it comes forward, and that we are able to hear the divinity of the word. And I know that this is already done in the mind of God. And so yes to the adventure, yes to harmony, yes to unfolding good that is this moment. I know that this service is a blessed and a blessing. And so it is. Amen, amen, ashe.
Speak into life. Speak into being. Speak into love. Speak to ourselves and each other. Peace to all living things. Speak into life. Speak into being. Speak into love. Speak into oneness. Speak peace to ourselves and each other. Peace to all living things. Let's take it out, Marco. Speak peace.
This adventure called life. Have you ever been afraid or felt ridiculous and foolish that you didn't do something because you were concerned about what other people think? Do you or have you ever found yourself constricting, holding back because that fear was greater than your desire? I have had this holy, holy rising happening. I'm now calling it a holy, holy rising. That's our theme for the month, but I am embodying it. That for my entire life, going back, using different words, but believing that people, that our world could actually come together and be in unity and love and live in peace. That is what I've been told, that I'm a dreamer. I've been told I'm ridiculous. I've been told that's amazing. I've had comments, all directions of comments. But what is held steadfast is that that's what I still believe. So this week, 35 years ago, I was in Leningrad, Russia. I was with a class that I was taking in Wales regarding the Soviet Union, and part of that was to take a trip and immerse ourselves into Russian culture. Back then, there were a lot of guides. Everything had to be a guided tour. You weren't allowed to just go off and do your own thing. And it was an amazing experience. And I'm talking about it today because I just got off the phone with one of my dear friends who calls me every year at this time. And we celebrate May Day. We like comrade. And what was interesting and what we talked about today and what's always in my mind is here I'm in a foreign country, socialist rule, being concerned that people will judge me or judge me at home of, doing something not patriotic, yada, 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 yada. The reality is we had a professor who, yes, followed all the rules, and we had our guide, but he had been going every other year for a bajillion years. And he said, if there is anyone who would like to walk in the May Day parade, and I'll show you pictures, and I'll show you a picture of me 35 years ago and point out where I am, ask the group. And if anybody wanted to, instead of watching the parade, which in the Soviet Union, in Leningrad, now called St. Petersburg, there were like 7 different thoroughways into the main central part of the city. And the city, the central part of the city, is the government, or was the government. So they were big on having military groups marching, and military tanks, and it was very different from anything I really had ever experienced. So the professor said, if you're interested in marching in the parade with the International Students for Peace, meet me, 3rd floor, around the corner, in an hour. So there was a short amount of time to make a decision. There were a lot of students that are like, oh, my parents would be so ashamed, etc. And yes, those ideas went through my head. And then yes, with different words, like my whole part of being is being in unity, being in this oneness, being in this with all different types of life, and being these individualized expressions from that one source, speaking different languages. Like, to me, that was like the best chocolate hot fudge sundae you could ever dream of. So I said yes. So I find myself doing this thing and enjoying it so much that some of the Russian students afterward, we all agreed that we were going to meet up. And then through that discussion and through that interaction with each other, we sang songs. Of course, we drank vodka because we were in Russia. And we wanted to learn about one another. Because in order to break through the roadblocks, or to break through the not understanding, is to be in this place of willingness of, share with me who you are. Share with me who you are as a person. Share with me who you are as a community. So whether I'm in Soviet Russia, or I am down the street at Starbucks, or I'm in Arkansas, this is how I've always lived my life. Didn't know it, but the more I sit and I listen and I reflect back and forward, there is this golden thread. There is this main consistent theme in my life. And today I'm celebrating May Day. I'm celebrating May Day in a sense of this coming together in unity, love, and peace. And really, that's what I claim every day. So this overall idea of today's talk, the adventure of life, is in order to explore and expand in our life, is to be able to evolve, be willing to take risks, or we call them opportunities. So risk, opportunities, whatever you want to call it, that we take those and we allow the spiritual magnificence of who we are to be our experience. That's what leads us and pulls us into that vortex of our experience, is living a life of spiritual magnificence. So Ernest Holmes had this to say in Living Without Fear, page 50. There is an inner urge in our minds to grow, to expand, to break down the barriers of previous limitations, and to ever widen our experience. This persistent urge is a divine influence, an irresistible force, and constitutes the greatest impulse in human experience. We get the spark. We allow ourselves to see the spark. We allow ourselves to step through our fear and to step through the restriction and allow it to pull us in. Allow us to pull us in to grow and expand our consciousness. So living a type of life like this, that we are required to live a life by being open, living a life of being curious, and also being committed to learning. Because if we are concerned about the survival of our ego, if we are concerned of, oh my gosh, I'm going to fail, or oh my gosh, this is going to be ridiculous and nobody's going to show up to my party, all of things that I have thought before, but if we are stuck to the survival of our ego and our need to be right about everything, that we are really living a life that is shut down, where our arms are closed and we are unwilling. We are unwilling to open our minds to the possibilities that are out there. Ernest Holmes is the founder of Science of Mind. This book, The New Design of Living, The New Design, was actually published in 1959, even before I was born. And yet, to this day, it is so relevant that it is a new design for living. So here we go. The purpose of our lives is to live life. Do not shy away from it or deprive yourself of its full enjoyment. The sooner we come to realize the full nature of life, the sooner we will be able to accept and experience its innate goodness in all that we are and do. Our lives are what we make them, thought by thought, and herein lies the possibility to express creativity and partake of the divinity that's at the center of us. Powerful words, super powerful words. And what does it mean? So where's the risk in all of this? Where is the risk in us stepping out beyond our restrictions? What is it? And the first thing is to recognize that the universe is for us and not against us. That there is a force out there that is greater than me, that is greater than you. And all it wants to do is give you everything that you desire. Everything. So in science today, it shows us that the universe responds to us, how we think and feel. We are creating our experience of life. And we hold back from new experiences because we're afraid of failure. We are afraid. And that fear, where in reality, we think that that's the biggest risk. But the biggest risk is not opening to our infinite possibilities. By staying small and be holding yourself back and restricting yourself, you are not only holding yourself back, but you are holding humanity back, because you have gifts to give. You have specific things that you are the master of it, that no one else is the master of. So for you to step up in your creativity, for you to step up in your doing, for you to step up and share your gifts with this planet, gets us one step closer to evolving our humanity into this spiritual magnificence, to one person at a time, bringing and up-leveling our consciousness. And in my case, uplifting it where we are fully living in a world that works for all, that my world works for me and it works for all. That means everyone. So this opening up to the infinite possibilities, to finding that spiritual source that's within you and that's outside of you, whether you want to call it the universe, you want to call it God, you want to call it Mother, Father, whatever it is, but to explore that, to create a relationship that continues to grow and grow and grow as it's almost like the mighty, mighty oak tree, and it continues to grow in its beauty. That's the adventure of this thing called life. Not of the actual doing and getting from destination to destination, but all of that too. And the biggest thing that I find is that relationship, that personal relationship with the divine. By us saying yes to every holy opportunity that comes towards us, when something is asked of you, instead of pausing and going through of all the million reasons why the answer is no, or just replying no, what would it be of seeing the good in that, seeing the good in that opportunity of being in this learning capacity, to being in such a learning capacity that we release all the drama that's going around in our life. And as an example, for me, if it matches what my guide is, or that golden thread, that it's bringing people together in unity, and that it's about love, and that it's about peace. If those qualities, or those, qualities, if they're identified in my holy opportunity of saying yes, and it is a good fit, I say yes. Sign me up. I want to be a part of that. I want to express and learn and be all of these unlimited possibilities that are out there, that are out there currently beyond my ability to see today, but to know that they're out there, and there are enough for you, and there's enough for me, and there's enough for every single person, animal, and thing on this planet. So how do we arrive at our oneness through conscious participation? How do we do that? And I think I just explored it a little bit about the idea of knowing what my values are, what's important to me, what all of that is. And then as I step into every single thing that I do, I lead with that. I lead with spirit. I lead with the universe. That every walk that I take, or every word that I speak, I am consciously going through my thoughts and saying and making sure I am speaking what I believe. Ernest Holmes had this to say, again, in the New Design for Living. The only way to become the kind of person you want to be, to live the kind of life you want to live, is first to be that person in your thought. Live that life in your mind with unwavering conviction. Unwavering. We are not waffling back and forth of yes, I believe, no, I don't. Of taking that stand where I do not waver, and I have conviction that that is the truth. And that the law of attraction will take care of the rest. So this process is one of human alignment with receptivity and participation. So I am in alignment with, I'm one with the one, that spirit, the universe, God, runs through, in, and as me in my every thought, word, and prayer, that I am in align with spirit. And then I'm receptive and I am open, that my arms are open wide. Show me my goodness. Show me your goodness. Show me the divine beauty that there is peace on this planet Earth. Show me. And knowing that I see that every single interaction that I step into, I see that. I am receptive to that. And if I'm in situations where that reality in which that I live in, or that focus on which that I desire and see evolving and continuing to evolve on this planet, if there's ever times where it's not matching and there is a brother or a sister or a sibling that is being singled out for whatever reason, whether it's for gender or nationality, or just somebody being harmful to another human being, that if I see that with my eyes and with my thought of knowing that we are and live in unity, that is the goal, to live in a world that works for all, that when that doesn't match, that I use my speech. I use this throat chakra and open it up and release the fear and speak up and become an ally, or speak up and be there for someone that I don't even know. But I'm showing up as the kind of person that I want to be. Someone who speaks and lives in loving kindness. So that's the participation piece. That's the part where it's the do piece. That's the part where I'm engaging. And it can be as simple as driving through today's example, driving through Starbucks. I treat myself once a week. Person says, enjoy your drink. My drink is gone, by the way, but it was a lovely guava lemonade. And the person said, oh, your little bit of sunshine. And I said, I ordered this drink today, this guava lemonade, and I am using my imagination that I am sitting on the beach in Kona, Hawaii, enjoying the beauty of the sand and enjoying the beauty of friends and enjoying the being in community. And the person laughs. She goes, I do the same thing. I get the guava and I pretend I'm in Hawaii. Hurrah! We're using our imagination. We have this interaction where these two people who would probably never come into contact through a drive-through. That is that participation in life. Now that is one of the easier ones, but as we get into people being murdered because of the color of the skin, or Asian Americans getting beaten up because the way they look. Standing up for our brothers and sisters and siblings. There are so many different levels on ways that you can participate, that I participate, and we are in this doing. We are in this doing of this thing called life. We are in this doing of making it an adventure. That in each adventure, I am growing my connection with spirit, and it's going deeper and deeper and deeper, and there is no wavering of my conviction. And that we also, in this physical universe, which is you and I, this physical universe, this thing that we got going on, that there is the one infinite reality, that it's ever evolving. Spirit is ever evolving. It's open at the top. That's why we talk about this philosophy about being open at the top, because we know that the universe is continuously expanding, and there's more and more. There's infinite possibilities. Infinite means that it's never ending. So we don't have a roof on the top. It's open. And to align with that and know that there is a greater expression, the excitement of that, it's like, yes, it's like the olden days when you had an e-ticket at Disneyland. It's an e-ticket ride. It's an e-ticket ride when I wake up, regardless of my body aches and pains. It is an e-ticket ride as I go throughout my day. It's an e-ticket ride of adventure, even if it's a struggle. Because I consciously recognize that my participation in this bigger thing is making the world a better place. It is creating a world that works for all. So in this awareness, I am able to engage and experience and step up and step out and be that divine expression as it flows out from me and is me to people that I come in contact with, or animals that I come in contact with, where I am not speaking religion and I'm not speaking philosophy. I am merely being the beautiful presence of me and sharing my gift in the world. Sharing my gift, not needing to know if I've made a difference in somebody else's lives. Not needing to know whether I'm graded an A, a B, or an F, or I failed. Me being me being Kristen, showing up as this greater presence in this adventure called life. So wrapping up this talk today, investigate ways, sit in the silence, or sit with, an old rock and roll song that brings you just this bubbling life out of you from the yesteryear, and jot down ways that you're holding yourself back from life. Uncover your fears. Uncovering your fears and recognizing their fears can't hurt you. Take off the cover and what are they? And jot them down. Are you afraid of failure? If you say no, call me, because I still have days where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to fail. And yet, I can step up and say it's not about my personal failure. There is something bigger going on here. Something bigger. And other kinds of questions, are we afraid to show up and people are going to think us ridiculous? And I show up and I sing in the choir, but I know that my voice isn't the best choir voice. I'm not a soloist, but I can fake it in a choir because I have somebody to the left and somebody to the right of me. But to step through that fear of, oh, my singing voice is so awful, and finding ways to channel that in ways where I can actually experience. Because I found that there's nothing, well, there's probably something, but for me to be able to sing to be able to sing other than having my windows up in the car, there's a freedom to it. There's an expression to it that once I laid down all of my resistance or all these questions of being silly and how I constrict my life, like I was like this. Sing with abandon. Sing. Allow yourself to live the life of adventure. Start now. Take and seize the day now. Step up and step out and be in your spiritual magnificence. What would that look like? Find that when you're stepping out, that enthusiasm that all of a sudden shows up out of nowhere, and you're like, thank you, Spirit, for this beautiful day. Hallelujah. And when we start to do this individually, when we do it individually, and then we come together and we work in community, and then we just magnify the effects of this. We magnify this adventure called life. That we magnify it, and we're raising the consciousness of people and life on this planet. So join me and let's begin now. Start now. And I look forward to hearing what you come up with. Thank you for being with me. Please know that you're loved and honored here at the Camarillo Center for Spiritual Living. And continue to be well. So join me in prayer. Get yourself comfortable. Keep your eyes open or your eyes closed. Prayer works either way. And Kathleen Benjamin did our affirmation today, and I'm going to speak it right here and right now again. With unshakable confidence, I participate fully and freely in this adventure of life. Breathe that in. With unshakable confidence, I participate fully and freely in the adventure of life. Take a deep breath in and release. How good it is to come together. How good it is to come together and recognize the magnificence, the recognizing that there's only one thing happening here. There's only one thing happening here is the universe, the vastness, the beauty, the expression, the freedom, the evolution of the only thing that there is. And I know that each one of us are part of the universe. We are a spiritual expression of the only thing that there is. That we are individualized beings of all of those qualities of the universe, or spirit, or God, or Mother, Father, or Allah, whatever you want to speak it. I know that I am one with the one. And I know the same for you. So I claim today, I claim and fully participate and freely in this adventure of life. That my confidence and my willingness and my openness and my commitment and curiosity is right here and right now. I open up and I say, yes, Spirit, show me what my hands must do. Show me how. Show me the opening of my individual self as a vessel of love. Show me what is mine to do. For there are infinite possibilities, and I am open and ready and welcoming, to allowing that great flow into my life as I live the life that I was born into in its greatest expression. I claim that right here and right now for myself. I know it, I am it, I claim it, I be it, and I let spirit flow. I do this as I open up my day in gratitude for all the beauty, that expresses and is in my life. And I welcome in gratitude when I'm walking through the struggle. I welcome in and know that spirit is with me, that the unlimited possibilities, this unlimited love, this unlimited freedom, this unlimited wisdom is right here and right now. So I step into that. I step into this unwavering knowing that that is my life now. Each step I take, each thought I think, each word I speak, I am in alignment with what my beliefs of this adventure of life is. That I stand in unity, I stand in love, I stand for peace, and that I continue to work that, be that, am it, and I continue to see it more and more and more in my community and in my world. And as I lay my head down at night, I go through and I create that list of gratitude again. Whether it is something as simple, because we take it for granted, the simplicity of my breath, to the beauty in my connections with humanity, to the struggles that I made it through to wake up to another day and the roof I have over my head, for the beautiful food that nourishes my body. I come up with 5 things. And then I rest. I rest in knowing that my good is my God and my God is my good. And that is the place that every single thought, spoken word, and prayer begins with. That my good is my God and my God is my good. So I step in my goodness. I step into this newfound freedom. I step into my growing, bonding relationship with Spirit. For that, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for the teachings of the science of mind. So I have spiritual tools that I can draw on in times when there is struggle. I have spiritual tools that I can draw upon on times where I'm dancing through life. They are spiritual tools that are constantly activated and that I use and I learn and I continue to grow. Because that is where the beauty and the greater expression in my life happens. Because I live and believe in a world and a universe that is open at the top. We create amazing things. There's miracles happening in every single moment. I open my eyes and I recognize those and I say, thank you. Thank you, Mother, Father, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I release these words into the universe. This universe, this place, as we talked about today, only says yes, it is for me, not against me. So all the words that I have spoken here are already in the mind of God. They are already in action. There is nothing left for me to do. So I let it go and I let it be. I let it be and I let it rest. And together we say, and so it is. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. Amen. Blessings.
Thanks for being with us this morning. Let's close out the circle with something wonderful.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. Something wonderful. It's happening through my mind. It's happening through my body. Right here in my heart. And I let it be. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through you right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through you right now. Something wonderful. It's happening through your mind. It's happening through your body. Right here in your heart. So let it be. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through us right now. Something wonderful. Something wonderful is happening through us right now. Something wonderful. It's happening through our minds. It's happening through our bodies. Right here in our hearts. And we let it be. Something wonderful. Something wonderful.